Is Bitcoin breaking out? We are going to discuss about this in this video. So first thing first, Bitcoin is king. That's why we're going to discuss a lot about Bitcoin in this video and then leak some alpha. So first thing is like Bitcoin is in this like consolidation kind of like phase since almost like half a year now, a bit more, let's say 7 months. And we're starting to see some buying pressure. I think people are front running the US election. We all know that if Trump is elected, it will be super bullish for crypto. He's really pushing crypto very hard. And also that we start to have like some macroeconomical stuff that makes it like even more bullish on Bitcoin. So we're starting to have like these breakouts. I think people are really fading it. People are not ready. We were chatting about it, I think, in September. In September, it was time to be contrarian. I think now it's time to be 100% sure that you have your plan well set up to really benefit if price starts to really go up. So first thing first, it's always the same thing, you want to be kind of like buying when people don't want to buy, and I think it's kind of like a time. And I think that's the thing is like, Bitcoin is still cheap at these prices, above 60K. So of course you have to buy like wisely and get like the best entry price, but still looking at Bitcoin, Google Trends, we are in all-time low, feels like a bear market when it's actually not in terms of price action. So I think we have a plenty of juice for Bitcoin to go like to 80K, 100K in the coming months. Second thing, so I had a bunch of questions about Sui. We'll do a dedicated video about Sui because there is so many things to say about it, and we did some cool trades on Sui. And right now, I think Solana has like 4x the valuation compared to Sui. But Sui is already like a very big baby, I would say. And it starts to feel, so we have a model comparing Solana and Sui, that Sui is starting to be quite overvalued compared to Solana. So I think it's either Sui like going down a bit or Solana pricing up a bit. So we had some Sui FUD, so that's why it went down about 10% since this screenshot, but still very interesting blockchain. You're gonna hear about it a lot in the coming months, but it's all the same thing. Be careful, when all the YouTubers are telling you to buy Sui, it's probably not the best time to buy. And I'm more selling these days than buying, and I've explained why on my Twitter. Another thing, it's about Solana because I had a bunch of questions about Solana in the last, I think, few weeks. Solana is still the winner of this cycle. It's the coin you want to have the exposure on, but it's definitely very volatile and moving quite a lot. And it feels like Solana is entering like kind of like a consolidation phase as we have on Bitcoin right now. That it's a one that is a bit weird because it's a very high one, not really going down that much, really choppy, so very hard, very, very difficult, for investors, but very interesting one. And could be the time where we have some consolidation and then having the price of Solana really breaking these $200 and really making an all-time high in prices. Another thing that makes us very bullish is about China. So China is really sending a bunch of stimulus in the economy. So basically they are doing the same thing as the Federal Reserve did during COVID. Is like they are injecting a lot of new money in the market to really try to juice the economy because, they had a bunch of issues with the real estate. They have hard time making the younger generation work. So I think they are trying to stimulate the economy, kind of like the American way. I think it's the issue of like this dead currency, like euro, dollars, yuan, yen, all these currencies like they are dead currency, and so to stimulate the economy, governments figure out like the easy trick is just to print more money. That's why we are very bullish on Bitcoin. And that's why Bitcoin is going to really overperform. Another funny thing, talking about Solana, is like I remember like 2 years ago, people were really fading Solana when we were really bullish on it. And I think in the last few weeks, people are really starting to be bearish on Solana. So that's making me quite interested by it. And just looking back, comparing like Solana to Matic, just look at this price and how having the wrong asset in your folio is so like damaging your portfolio. Leaking a news here that I'm forgetting to mention. I have few friends that will launch some alpha groups, so groups where you're able to chat, to able to get some alpha. where you're able to, I don't know, get information on the market that you can't find anywhere, not on YouTube, not on Twitter, a bit hidden, like the alpha we don't share. And I will, I think, be spamming a bit these groups to help them out, and because also I'm always chasing alpha every day. So link in the bio of my Telegram channel. I will post their group pretty soon. So I think it's a pretty exciting thing. So just see, if you were to choose the proper asset, how like you overperform the market. And that's why you always want to be on the right asset. I'm teasing a bit about the next group, but I think you will be very excited about that, because it's how can you make sure that you are always on Solana and never on Polygon, Matic, which now it's Pulse, to really optimize your performance. So I think that's something very, very, very exciting. And the funny thing is, like, we just had, with almost flipping Matic, Polygon, which is crazy because WITH is just one meme coin on Solana, and it's now flipping Matic Polygon in terms of market cap. Imagine how crazy it is. And that's why it's never too late to make money in crypto, like to really benefit and extract the most from the market. You just need to be smart and to make the best choice, and to make sure, like, if you are stuck in a bad trade, there is always some solution. And that's the thing that we are going to solve in this alpha group. So it will be very interesting. And that's the thing I'm really focused on these days. And they have helped me a lot, making sure that things I had in my folio that was not optimal, to really optimize them. Another funny thing, a guy shared on Twitter, it's about like this pattern on Bitcoin. So, we have a bunch of like pump and dump. So be careful with the leverage. I see so many guys like getting flushed out on socials because of the leverage. So be careful with the leverage, use it wisely, enter at the best price, and don't FOMO too much on breakouts, because every time you long breakouts, you get smashed. So it's not the optimal stuff. Another cool thing is, like, we had a cool like innovation, I would say, on Q42, which is kind of like a lottery. So the cool thing is, like, you're able to purchase $50 lottery tickets, and you are perhaps being eligible to perhaps win a Jirasan NFT, which is pretty cool. So I think we're going to do do it, like, I think in 1 or 2 weeks, but I think it's pretty cool, and very excited about this kind of like partnerships. We wanted to make something cool. That's why we did that. So another bad news for Ethereum, and I think that's will explain quite a lot about the market these days, and why Bitcoin dominance can't give us room to have the altcoins kind of like running, which is pretty insane. Is like Ethereum again underperforming against Bitcoin. Why? Many reasons, same as we are speaking and we are explaining kind of like every week, and that's where I will play. I would say I would Genesis play. But another like big loss for Ethereum is like Uniswap is launching their own layer 2. So kind of like the fee that are generated will be out of Ethereum. I think it's the same thing. Like, all apps on Ethereum are tired of like paying all these fees, and are tired to have like all their users paying super high fee just to make Ethereum kind of like works. And so at some point they are trying to figure out solutions to first make their users stop paying these fees and get a cut on these fees, And so that's why with Uniswap moving, Ethereum is could lose like quite a lot of money these days. So they are kind of like losing their biggest taxpayer. I found this expression very funny. It's like a government losing a billionaire, because of something. At the end of the day, they are losing quite some money. So yeah, that was it about the markets. That was just a small update, and I think we are going to go more in details in another video coming soon on the different position we have on. But I think it was very interesting to mention it. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you soon. Make sure to manage risk the proper way, and it's time to really be focused on crypto and have the best play in your portfolio. It's never too late. So that was a word for you, quants. Best, guys.